62% of millennials have considered starting their own business, with 72% feeling that startups and entrepreneurs are a necessary economic force for creating jobs and driving innovation. So today in the studio, we'll have entrepreneur students from Jackson State University to talk about how being business owners have changed their life. Here's that conversation. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming on the show. Let's talk about it. So where are you from?
My name is Joshua Walker. I'm a senior entrepreneurship major from Jackson, Mississippi. At Jackson State, I am the current Mr. Insatiable Modeling Squad from 2018 into 2020. I am also the graphic designer and visual graphic design for the Campus Activities Board. In the community, I own 5 businesses, but I'm going to list 4. So my first business is I have a t-shirt business called JW Iconic Prints, and I do sweatshirts, t-shirt, Greek apparel, you know, anything you possibly may need. My next business I do, I coach and I produce fashion shows at local JPS high schools. I don't limit myself to just JPS high schools, but you know, that's needed in that area.
Kind of where you go for now?
Yes, sir. My third business is I make flyers and I make logos. So if anybody businesses need logos or flyers, I'm the go-to. And then the fourth one is I do styling. I style women and I style men. Any event,
you're the go-to person.
That's me. That's me. That's me. On my spare time, in my spare time, I usually just go thrifting a lot and I model. So I do photography, I do still print, I know about industry, I know about commercial. Basically, I can just do anything all around. So
jack of all trades.
That's it.
Awesome. And then what's your major?
Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. Perfect. All right, talk to us.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mariana Swain. I'm a senior biology pre-physical therapy major from Atlanta, Georgia. And on campus, I serve as the director of records for Jackson State's Campus Activities Board. I also serve as the president for a mentorship organization by the name of Finally First. I have 2 businesses right now currently, which is Ray Simone's makeup brand. I do makeup, and I'm also interested in starting my own makeup line. And my second business that I'll be launching in the summer 2020 is called Power 7 All Stars.
Hey.
I'm trying to be the youngest Black gym owner where I'm from, DeKalb County, Georgia. Also, in my spare time, I like watching football with my friends and shopping. I love to shop. I would never stop. And also,
shop till you drop.
Yes. And also at Jackson State, I did serve on the IMS, Insatiable Modeling Squad with Josh.
Awesome. So 2 models. We're going for a third one? No. Okay.
Not at all.
All right. So tell us who you are.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ilka Stewart. I am a senior biology pre-pharmacy major, hailing all the way from the little city of Brookhaven, Mississippi. At Jackson State, I currently serve as the vice president of the mentorship organization, Finally First. This is my president.
Hey, president.
I am a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and I also am an equipment manager for the greatest football team in the SWAC, the Tigers.
The Tigers, huh?
2 businesses that I am hoping to get up off the ground post-graduation would be a hair braiding business. I have started hair braiding. Check out my Insta, my Snap. I got y'all. And also, I'm trying this eyelash thing. Like, I'm still digging into it. But also, post-graduation, summer 2020, I do want to start esthetician classes. I would like to own my own body waxing center one day.
Okay.
And it would be called Pretty Kitty, where all cats get waxed.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
In my free time, I just enjoy hanging out with my friends. I'm a homebody. I don't like parties. I don't like big crowds. And these are my friends.
Awesome. So as we can see, we brought you on the show because you guys are either entrepreneurs or you're heading in that direction. So just talk to me about what would this community look like, either one of you, if we came on board and all millennials became entrepreneurship?
Well, I'll go first. Well, I feel like as a community, if all millennials got on board and headed into getting their own money, I do feel like it would be less stealing and the robbing, because we're all headed to get our own. It's a way for everybody to make their own. You know, I'm not saying it won't be jealousy and things happening where people won't want to take from you, but if we're all out here getting it and we all helping each other, who gonna lose?
Right, right.
I've always been told that more incomes are better than one. So I feel like the success rates will go up, and you should be interested in having your own, because who wants to clock in every day to somebody else's business and forever give them money every day. So when I was younger, my mother always told me to find you something else outside of your degree or find you something else outside of what you're focusing on in school. You always need, everyone has a hobby. So you need to take that and turn it into making money with it.
So say monetize your gift or something like that.
Right.
And so Mr. Jack of all trades, what's your take on that?
Bouncing back off Rihanna, I was thinking from the aspect of people always tend to get jobs that don't necessarily pertain to something that they like. So I feel like you should always have more than one source of revenue. So bouncing back from a 9 to 5, you should have something that you know that you love to do. So it wouldn't feel like a job. It'll feel like just an everyday hobby, like a way of life. So I feel like if everybody became entrepreneurs, everybody be doing something they love, so there'll be less crime, but more happiness around the community.
So the stigma, do you guys feel that you are pressured to own your own businesses, or is it something that you guys desire to do? Because I know some people feel pressured, like I feel pressured because I don't want to work a 9 to 5, so I gotta go do this. Or are you actually doing it because you enjoy doing it?
Both of my businesses, I enjoy them both. I do my makeup on my own, and when I started doing other people's makeup, like I never wanted to leave the chair. I didn't want to put the brushes down. And also just with Power 7, it's a cheerleading business. I was a cheerleader all of my life. So now when I step on the mat, I don't want to leave. I really would quit all of my day jobs if that could create more revenue for me.
I don't feel like it's necessarily like being pressured if it's something that you desire. I'm just gonna flip it around. So I was watching a movie and the guy was feeling pressure to just find another source of income because he felt like his $725 wasn't enough. And with the bills that he had, it actually wasn't enough. Right. So he actually started cooking. And once he learned how to cook, and once he, got that manifested and got it progressed, that was his desire. So that's how his revenue went up, and then he left his old job. So I feel like if the desire is there, then, it wouldn't be any pressure or any sweat. It'll just be, I flow with what I know and go with what I got.
That's good. So with businesses, do you guys, when did you decide you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
Ooh. Okay, high school, it was always band. I was a drum major my junior year and senior year of high school. So it was always, everything was geared around band. My sophomore year, at the end of my sophomore year of high school, I got on the modeling squad at Jim Hill High School. From there, I became the co-director my junior year, at the end senior year, and then I started working with a man named LeWard Megg, my advisor. I started working with him my freshman year of Jackson State. I got in the band at Jackson State actually, but it wasn't for me, so I got on the modeling squad at Jackson State. So going from the modeling squad at Jackson State and going through my freshman year, my sophomore year on the modeling squad, my junior year I became Mr. Modeling Squad. So I was like, I wanted to give back to the community, something that I enjoyed so much. So that's when I started doing fashion shows at local high schools. And that's how I gained my business and I gained all of that. So then coming around there, they needed apparel to wear doing the fashion shows. And I was like, either I can get vendors or I can make t-shirts. So I got my refunds from Jackson State, got all my equipment.
That everybody waits for, huh?
Started making t-shirts.
Every fun.
That's how that business built up. So it was basically all building up around actually doing something, stepping outside my comfort zone, because I did not even wear clothes like I wear now. I just was wearing like sweatpants, because band. Sweatpants, tennis shoes, t-shirt, that's it. You're right. So.
The way I'll go with Power 7, the way I started Power 7 is going into my senior year, I tried out for the cheer team, like every year. I did not make it because of some other reasons with coaches. So I just started brainstorming one day, and a lady reached out to me from a park, a recreation center where I'm from, and she asked me, was I interested in coaching? I'm 16. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So I stepped in, I did it. We went to the championship every year. I coached there for 2 years. And then I moved on into another all-star gym. This is my first all-star team. I got 2 all-star teams off of this lady. She gave me a junior 1 squad and a senior 2 squad. I'm now, 18? I'm like, I'm coaching 2 teams by myself.
Wow.
So I took them all the way to the championships, went to the D2 championships. We won in Florida. And I came back, and after I coached with her for about 2.5 years, she was the first business. She had just started when bringing me in as a coach. So she trusted me enough with her business. So once I did that, I was like, I can do it myself. And also, it's no black business owners in where I'm from, and I would be the youngest one. So why not go for it? So that's what made me push to start my own business.
That's good. That's good.
My idea of entrepreneurship actually started my freshman year at Jackson State University. I had always done hair when I was younger, like my sister's hair, my cousin's hair, you know, free of charge, nothing major.
Here and there.
Yeah, my friends were like, can you braid my hair down? Then we got into this whole wig thing. We're like, oh, well, we want to wear wigs. Which one of our friends can braid? It's me.
You're the one, huh?
I'm the one. So my friends would always ask me, Ilka, why you won't charge people for this? Why you won't charge people to do this? And it's like, I'm doing what I like to do, you know, no pressure behind it. You know, I'm going to school to be a pharmacist. Like, I can braid your hair, no free of charge, you know. And then as I progressed throughout Jackson State, I'm like, these people really like, people paying for this. They will pay for this.
Right.
They will actually.
Big money, huh?
Big money. They will spend on this. And I am the type of person, I'm tired, if I get tired of paying people for things, I'm gonna learn how to do it myself.
Do it yourself.
So when I learn how to do it myself, I'm gonna take it to my friends. My friends are my models. These are the people who take my work out. People like, who did your hair? Who did your hair? Also my line sisters. Who did your hair? Who did your hair? Oh, my sister Ilka, my friend Ilka did this. And then like, people coming now. So I'm like, you know, I could do this.
That's it. That's it. So with businesses, I noticed that you said knowing what's good for you, what's best for you, and knowing what works for you. That's very important as an entrepreneurship and as millennials. Let's talk about that real quick, knowing what's for you and actually going after it and capitalizing what's good for you.
Growing up, you know, my parents always took me to church every Sunday, every Wednesday. So the pastor used to always preach about coming into your calling and learning your purpose in life. So sometimes it doesn't come right at you, but going through experiences, matriculating through school, and going through just life itself, it shows you what's for you and what should be, you know, your center of attention. So it may not become apparent at the beginning, but over time, signs will start showing. And that makes it feel like, you know, maybe I'm missing something, maybe I'm not paying attention to something, you know, overlooking it. So then, you know, all of a sudden, it's manifested. So all you have to do is grab it and then just chase it if that's what you want. But it'll be known if it's for you or not.
It'll be very clear is what you're saying also.
I feel like if you cannot get away from that thing, it's for you. Because I'm not gonna keep sitting at a table with something I'm not interested in. Just like chemistry. When I leave that class, I'm done. And so I come back on the next day. Yeah, it's a wrap. So I feel like if you're in tune and you're willing to pay for those conferences, you're willing to go to Texas to watch another gym perform, if you're willing to fly out to see other coaches, to see the way they run their mega gyms, they have 8 or 9 gyms, I feel like you are embedded in it, you're interested in it, because we know you're not gonna spend $700, $800 on something that you're not interested in. So I just feel like if I can't get enough of it, it's for me.
That's good.
I pray about everything, literally the smallest thing in the world. Like, Lord, let me go in here and just pass this test today. You know, I didn't
Right.
You know, let me go do it. So
Lord help me.
Right. But I do feel like prayer is a big part of why I do keep doing what I'm doing, because I psych myself out. I come from a small town. My city this big, everybody cousins, we know everybody. I don't feel like I could be the next big thing because I come from something so small. But every time I have a conversation with my mama, she just be like, if it's for you, it will be for you. Pray about it. Keep pushing. God will show you those signs in the midst of it. Because when it was time for me to become a Zeta, I said, Lord, I don't think this is for me. Because I didn't have any money to pay for it. I didn't know anybody to help me get in there. Then around the summer of 2017, I met the former Miss Jackson State University, who was also a Zeta. God kept placing people in my life, and I kept praying about it. So the more you pray about it, God will show you those signs. He will put people in your life to show you. He will take people out your life to show you. He will put jobs, opportunities just there.
Them prayers work.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I hear. The prayers do work. So with opportunities, because that's something big that you guys are all talking about at this point, opportunities, not to play a race game or anything like that, but the opportunities seem to be the same around the board for everyone. AK is what I like to say. There are no excuses as to why you can't become successful at this point. You know, it's just basically going after it. So what's your take on that as far as opportunities? Do you guys feel like that the opportunities are equal at this point?
Not necessarily equal, because I will say that I do feel as if my degree from Jackson State and a degree from Ole Miss, Mississippi State, it doesn't weigh the same on certain job skills. It doesn't weigh the same, because Jackson State does have a tendency of like, well, in the career world, it's like a rumor of like, you know, they have low grades, you know, they're just passing us. But I can speak from experience. If they was just passing me, I would have been graduated 2 semesters ago. But they do not just pass you.
Gotta work for it.
People who don't go there, who do not attend my university, don't understand that. They think HBCUs are easy. They just give us grades, and it's not. We work every day. We work 10 times harder. So
you feel that there's a misconception of what people think and what they can imagine about HBCUs.
Yes. We work hard. We push now.
Right.
We struggle too. That biochem class hard for you at Mississippi State. It's hard at Jackson State too.
Mm-hmm. So what about you guys? You guys feel the same about opportunities as far as entrepreneurship?
Just to piggyback off of Ilka, just because we're not sitting in a class size with 300 people, that class is the same. Those professors are the same. Like, they're coming from places that have written tests for people, have put it out here. So I feel like we are on a different schedule. They feel like we are lower and we don't deserve equal opportunities, like she said, I'm going to even take it from Georgia, University of Georgia, Georgia Tech, places like that. So when you go in an interview with, say for instance, someone from Mississippi State, someone from University of Georgia, and you're from Jackson State, you know they're going to slide our application up under the pile. They don't really want to hear from us because they think that, oh, well, that ain't nothing. We're just going to see what the other two. Because I don't know why it's like that. It's been like that for a while, but I can say this now, that we here will be the face to change that.
And so I was going to ask, that brings me to a next point to make, or a next question. Do you think that would stop anything? Because it sounds like almost a disadvantage almost, but do you think in you guys' terms, a disadvantage would stop you from becoming successful?
Opportunity is always there. Anything that's worth getting is not going to be easy to attain. I feel like since it is a disadvantage for us, we have to work harder. That's education-wise, that's business-wise, that's life-wise. We have to work harder than anybody else because we feel like we have to set some type of standard or some type of tone for people who doubt us. So with that being said, we push ourselves harder than probably anybody else push themselves at another school because we are already looked down upon. So we have to prove everybody wrong. So first of all, we have to start with ourselves and prove ourselves wrong. We have to attain that mindset that we're better than what people think we are. And then we have to prove the people at the university wrong because they already feel like, you know, they probably don't necessarily feel like that, you know, we're not something that we're not capable of, but, you know, they are already gonna look like it's the social standard, that they're just gonna do the minimum. So we already have to prove ourselves wrong. Next, we have to prove the university wrong. And then we have to get widespread and prove everybody else wrong, that we're better and that we're capable of the same thing that they're capable of. Probably even better.
So if you take a look around the campus, if you go to Starbucks or your local McDonald's, you will see people on their phone, and majority of the time they're scrolling on social media. Do you believe that with being an entrepreneur that social media plays a big role? Because you have one group that says, get off that phone, put that phone down, you know, pay attention. Do you believe that it's necessary to have social media accounts to run your businesses?
I feel like now social media, you have to have it. Like you said, millennials, we're always on our phone. We're always surfing the internet. We're always scrolling on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. If you don't have that for your business, it's a lot of kids that don't know how to contact you outside of that. So if I'm running a business and they're like, oh, Josh makes t-shirts, how can I contact him? We don't like to talk on the phone.
Social media.
Social media is the go-to. You can send a DM fast. It comes right to my phone through my notifications. So I feel like you have to have it now to be successful.
That's good.
Also, with social media, I also feel like you have to have the sense of networking, because you could just have a Facebook page, but if nobody knows about you, you don't have people out here rooting for you, or you connecting with other people, you just have a Facebook page. That's all it is just a page. You're trying to promote yourself, but you don't have people in your corner. And it's important in college to find those people who will be in your corner, because social media, it plays a big part, but if no one knows about you, you don't have nobody out there putting your name out there for you, then it's just social media.
It's just social
You're
media,
gonna have
another
22 likes.
media.
Yeah.
So do you guys think that social media is the new website? Because I've heard also people say that you need a website. No matter what business you have, you need a website. So do you guys think that social media is the new website? That new landing page that people can find you and connect with you and keep a consistent communication basis with you?
Like Ilka said, you know, social media is prominent now. So even if you do have a website, you can just have a web base, and then nobody would know, because where are you going to post it? You just tell people word of mouth, but they can only go so far. If you have a social media platform, you can post a website. Hey, look, I have a website. You can click my website and check. And then even if it's for Instagram, you can make your page like a business page, or, you know, this is the brand page. And you can also have highlights that'll put your, you know, your price list, your examples of your products. Hey, I do makeup. Hey, I do eyelashes. All of that can be put in there. So it's actually becoming a website.
Right.
But I feel like we shouldn't just steer away from websites. But it is becoming a new website.
So when they need help, say for instance the highlights on Instagram and Facebook, where you can itemize your highlights, especially on Instagram.
Right.
What if people don't know how to do that? How do you guys figure out how to do stuff like that?
Every time Instagram gives an update, it walks you through like how you do this, how do you sign your business up, how do you promote, and most of the times I don't read it. Skip.
Update.
But when you see other people doing it, you like, okay. When you upload a picture, it just shows, do you want to add to highlight? Do you want to name a cover? I feel like Instagram is becoming self-explanatory at this point. Yes. It is becoming the place to be with a business. It's so easy access. Like if I want to go book my hair appointment, I go to her page, I click the link, book it, and I'm done.
Click
I don't
the
have
link
to,
in my bio.
Right. I don't never have to text her. I don't never have to call her unless I have questions outside of what the website is giving me,
so
or
you guys
Instagram.
really don't talk until you get to that initial
Yes.
appointment.
Yes.
So do you think that may be a roadblock soon, or you think that's something good? Because it seems to be popular everywhere. Click the
It
link
is
in my bio.
becoming a roadblock, because a lot of stylists and a lot of people that promote businesses to us don't have skills to speak to us. They don't want to talk. They don't want you to call them, text them. It's strictly social media and websites.
So it's kind of good and bad. It has its
Because a lot of
pros
them will
and cons.
post stuff like, don't call me, don't text me. If you couldn't get it through the link,
You can email
you
me.
can email me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Then you have to wait days to get an
To
email
get a
back.
response.
Right?
yes.
Yeah, so my last question, and then we can close this out, is what advice do each of you have for people in this area and surrounding areas that want to start a business, or that may even be in the business industry as an entrepreneur? What advice would you give them to keep going, to stay motivated in this field?
I would always say never give up.
Right.
Keep pushing for what you want, and if you have the mindset that you can attain it, it'll come. I feel like you should never second guess yourself or doubt yourself in any way, because that put in a negative roadblock to your business and to your life. So when you start doubting yourself, that'll start, you'll get that negative mindset of, I can't do it, I can just go back to whatever. Then that'll make you feel like, you're not capable or you're not able of anything. So I always say push yourself to the best of your ability, and like Ilka said, pray. Prayer works.
That's good.
I would say invest. You have to invest in yourself, or nobody else will. So you have to put that money in your business. You have to get out here sometimes and be on a street corner. Hey, can you support my business? Or, hey, can you tell somebody else to tell the next person to support me? You have to be invested in your business.
So, and I hate to interrupt you, so with investing in yourself, some people think that investing in yourself is only spending money, but sometimes
Right.
it could be going to workshops, right?
Right.
What are some other things that you guys would advise? And then we can go back to that question.
I would say promotional flyers. You can always, you're walking down the street or walking in the supermarket. Here, can you support my business? You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be pushy. If they deny it,
Just keep going.
It's one person in this store that is going to look you up or see how your business works.
They willing to listen.
They are willing to listen because someone is always looking for what you're trying to do.
And what's new.
Yeah, and what's new.
That's
and they
good.
look at us, the millennials, to see what's new and what's hot.
Because they know millennials are going to know what's going on.
Right.
So, well, I appreciate that advice. And then what about you, Ilko?
My advice will always be, if it's hard, go for it. A
Yeah,
challenge.
nothing is
Always
easy.
go for a challenge, because if everything was easy and given to us, we all would have it. If it's hard and you know it's hard, go for it. And 9 times out of 10, that's meant for you. If you're going for it and you know it's hard, I always like a good challenge, always, no matter what it is. A fight, schoolwork, it don't matter. I like a good challenge.
You like a challenge.
I
Well,
like
thank
a
you guys so much for coming on the show today. You can find much more